Okay guys, since I'm addicted to tech, I went ahead and picked up a copy of the new Samsung Galaxy S20 5G, and these are my first impressions. Samsung has been making very interesting and special moves lately, notably with last year's launch of the smaller version of the Galaxy Note 10, and this year with the introduction of the Galaxy S20 Ultra 5G, which, by the way, I was extremely close to buy until I decided to go ahead and pick up this bad boy right here, the regular Galaxy S20 5G in all of its glory. So let's go ahead and take a quick peek at what else comes in the box. Oh, by the way, if you haven't done so already, please do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. It's a huge boost to the channel, and I truly appreciate you supporting the channel. So, straightforward unboxing here. You obviously get the phone itself sitting at the very top here. We're now going to remove the plastic cover here. And there is actually another one on the front, which also serves as a screen protector if you prefer to keep that. Now, setting the phone on the side here, I'm going to take a look at the rest of the box. So here we have a 25-watt super fast charger. I actually love this thing. I have one on my Galaxy Note 10 Plus and it charges really fast. The next thing we're looking at here is the USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable for charging. So nothing really special there. Then of course the AKG earphones to USB-C. I actually have a copy of this already, as you would imagine, with my Note 10 Plus. And the next thing here is, for some reason, we have an empty tiny box. I'm not really sure what this is. Now, looking at the top cover of the box here, we can actually find the manual and the SIM ejector tool here. So back to the phone itself, I went ahead and picked up the color gray here, which looks actually pretty amazing. This is the 128 gigabytes of storage, and this comes with a standard 8 gigs of RAM. Now let's talk about design. Right off the bat, the design actually looks pretty familiar to what you would expect either way. So your typical Samsung edge-to-edge display, but this time the screen is 6.2 inches with the punch hole in the middle, and this screen, by the way, is almost all the way flat. The punch hole that you see there is a 10 megapixel front camera. Looking at the side here, it looks like the buttons have moved to the correct spot, meaning the right of the device, which is the right spot to put them at. So you can see there the volume rocker is at the top here and the power button at the bottom. No Bixby button. Now, quickly taking a look at another design change here would be the camera on the back, which is still a triple camera setup with, according to Samsung, larger sensors when compared to last year's sensors. It of course does come close to what we are familiar with, meaning you get your ultra wide camera, your regular telephoto camera, but this time it's a 64 megapixels telephoto camera and the typical 12 megapixels wide angle camera, which I believe is the same as last year's. At the top of the phone here, we have the tray for the SIM and also the SD card. Then we have the mic there. At the bottom, it looks like we have a secondary mic, a charging port, and of course the speaker. No headphone jack, as you would imagine. It's been gone. It's definitely not coming back. The build feels pretty premium. Not as premium as the Galaxy Note 10, but still fairly premium with good weight distribution here and kind of on the light side. I'm actually surprised of how light it is. I mean, I figured it would be a little larger, a little bigger than last year's S10. It would be a little heavy, but not that heavy. Pretty light phone. I may not have mentioned this before, but this is a Quad HD OLED display with super responsive high refresh rate here. And that refresh rate is at 120 Hertz, which is what all of us in the tech community have been crying for. So this time we have 120 Hertz refresh rate. I therefore expect it to be very smooth. Software is still the One UI. I haven't had any issues with One UI, so I still expect it to be buttery smooth, as it's been the case. 4,000 milliamp hour battery. I don't know how well that's going to do. I don't know how well that's going to hold off, but we'll see after, I test it out for a few weeks. Overall, the phone is packed with some very good specs, and there's no doubt there. I'm just curious to see how those specs are going to translate into real life use, because that is actually the main thing I'm interested in, just to see how well it does in real life. Because on paper, It definitely looks and sounds good. So I do have a pretty good feeling about this phone. I'm hoping to be able to do a full comprehensive review of this phone within the next week or two and let you guys know what my experience was like. Now, feel free to put down in the comment section what you think this phone will do or how you think it's going to perform. I'm hoping you enjoyed the video. Please keep in mind that this is just my first impressions. I don't really have any take on the phone itself just yet. So I'm going to catch you down in the comment section. We could get that back and forth going. And I'm also going to catch you in the next video. Don't forget to like, of course, and subscribe. And I'm going to catch you in the next one. Peace.